Yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone. We had a great conference in there with the judge, with opposing counsel. It went as expected. We have a briefing schedule that is set going forward. We have a preliminary hearing next week, correct? And today, again, was never about fireworks. This is about enforcing our clients' rights. Obviously, we plan to contest bail, so that's what the beginning of this process is. As a matter of first impression, we're asking the court and we're asking the government for the underlying papers that accompany the allegations. A lot of bad allegations, a lot of things have been said about Andrew and Tristan Tate, so we're like, where's the proof? Do you have a single solitary document other than the accusations that have been levied against a United Kingdom that hates them? And the answer right now is no. They don't have anything but the accusations. There's no corroborating evidence. There are no witnesses or alleged victims have been identified. So there is nothing to support what has been alleged. It's just their word against our word right now. And in the United States of America, when the deprivation of your freedom is at risk, your word against our word, I'll take that every time, because that would, at the end of the day, we will win that when it comes to bail or any other proceeding. So we feel great and we feel good about what happened. We feel great and we feel good about the process going forward. And I just want to make a brief recitation of events that has led up to where we're at today. There's a long-standing court order in effect in Romania, and that court order essentially, in purpose, stays the United Kingdom's extradition proceedings. This is how Andrew and Tate have been traveling across the world for the past several years. Every time they take a trip, every month they go back on the 21st or the 17th, whatever the Romanian court requires, and they have made their appearances. They have fulfilled the obligations of their judicial release in Romania to the letter of the law. They have never, ever missed a date. The agreement with Romania in the United Kingdom is for the United Kingdom to step back and let proceedings play out in Romania. And at the conclusion of those proceedings, should Andrew and Tristan be convicted there, after their sentence, then Romania would extradite them. Should Andrew and Tristan beat all the charges in Romania hands down, then Andrew has already agreed that within 30 days, the United Kingdom can extradite him. Andrew stood up in court in March of 2024 or 2023 and said, listen, I am here to participate in the Romanian court process. After this process plays out, I will gladly go to the United Kingdom where I am protected, because there are laws there as well. But Andrew and Tristan have not missed a beat in terms of their compliance. That means they're not a flight risk. That means that all this talk about them jet setting across the world and they're not going to make their court appearances, they have not only made their court appearances, they have leaned into them and they have encouraged them, because innocent men don't flee from justice. Innocent men lean into justice because justice vindicates them at the end of the day. So that is initially what I have to say. Jackie, do you want to add anything to what happened here today?
Yeah, so what I want to add is that what we are requesting is that the government produce whatever records it received from the UK demanding the arrest of the brothers on a supposed claim that they were going to flee. Because I can tell you one thing based on what Joe just told you, the singular most important fact here is that for 3 years they have not fled. For 3 years they have traveled the world. They have come to the US. They have gone to Russia, to Hong Kong, to Turkey, to Dubai. And every month they get on a plane and they return to Romania. So to file a motion in this court at the request of the UK and say there's an emergency because these guys are going to flee is just false. They are not going to flee. And the proof is what Joe just told you about the case in Romania. And so we are requesting that the UK documents that were sent to our Department of State demanding that we take a United States citizen in American soil and extradite him to the UK, that those documents be produced to us so that we can see if the UK is withholding information by claiming that there's a risk or an urgency that the brothers are going to flee, because I think we can all agree here that they're not going to flee. And that's what happened in court today.
I do have a question. What is your guys' response to there being a provisional request or warrant and that they are still in the 60-day treaty until September 16th? This means that will they remain in detention all this time? And what's your guys' response to this?
So the response is that it's even more reason to produce the documents, because their detention in this building right here, in shoe, on their own, segregated from everybody, is based on that provisional arrest, and that provisional arrest is based on what the UK sent. So we need to see what the UK is alleging to claim that there was an emergency to grab them really quick and house them in a jail on a claim that they're going to flee, and now we need 60 days to put our paperwork together.
Can you explain to us how you guys are looking to get an immediate release or bail?
We're going to file a motion with the court.
How long does that take?
It's going to be filed in 2 weeks.
So we have often said that the process is the punishment. American citizens, in order for your freedom to be deprived, you have to be convicted in a court of law. There are certain exceptions. The extradition proceedings is one of them. So the enemies of Andrew and Tristan Tate know this, and they are doing what they have always done, and they are weaponizing the court process and weaponizing detention against them in order to get them to break. Because when you put innocent men or any man in solitary confinement at a certain period of time, they begin to deteriorate, they begin to decompensate, they begin to break down, and it's never ever good. The process is the punishment. But we're going to do our best to get them out of solitary confinement. We're going to do our best to get them in front of the judge and make sure we have no doubts that this case will be handled here the right way. The other thing I'll say is the process is the punishment has always been one of our mottos. The other motto is less is more sometimes in life. And right now, it's less. They got a whole lot of nothing, and that means so much more for us. So we feel good about where we're at, and unless they can provide corroboration with all these allegations that they've accused Andrew and Tristan of, then what they really have at the end of the day is a big bag of nothing. Thank you very much.
Andrew is on social media. He's on X posting about the conditions of the jail. Can you talk about that? How is he able to post these things?
I'm not going to get into the attorney-client relationship. Andrew is a master of meditation and chi. How he gets his message out there into the world is for our team to discuss, but we're glad that he's able to get it out there. Thank you.
But if he's in solitary confinement, how is he?
Solitary confinement is not good. It's bad. Look, nobody likes being in the shoe. You have limited access. Right now, we're speaking to them. They're still behind plexiglass, and it's a very unfortunate situation. You got to think about the allegations. The allegations that they've been accused of are some of the worst allegations in the world, and in particular, those types of allegations, SA allegations, sexual assault, and anytime you involve a child, let me tell you right now, that doesn't play well for anyone politically in jail. So it's got nothing to do with their ability to defend themselves or this or that. It's got to do with the fact that they put a target on their back for them to get stabbed, jumped, murdered, whatever it is in jail, because that is how jail politics and that is how jail gangs and how the jail economy works. There's a pecking order in jail. It's very real. And when you come in with those allegations, there's no excuses. It's your paperwork says this, therefore you're up for murder. You're fair game. You're fair game. And every time the public says Andrew and Tristan are just like Epstein, well, guess what? The public is green lighting for them to get murdered in jail. These allegations against them are the worst for a multitude of reasons, and it's one of the reasons why they're in solitary. We hope to get them out. Look, the people over here in the system, the guards at the jail, they've been great. They've been fair to us. I've been in jails and places all around the world, and we've been treated honorably here. They have to carry out their mission. They have to carry out their instructions, their orders, their duty. But that doesn't take away from the fact that every time somebody walks by their cell, they get called something, a word that starts with a P that's more appropriate to Epstein and not appropriate to them. And because of that, they have a target on their back that's very, very real. People could say I'm up here and I am pontificating about what ifs and maybes, or I'm exaggerating, or I'm being hyperbolic. I am not. If one of them gets stabbed or beaten half to death tomorrow, it will be because this is the way it went down, and it's wrong. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless Andrew and Tristan Tate, and have a fantastic Florida day. Take care.
What's the next hearing?
Next hearing is
August 5th?
August 5th and then the 13th. No? August 5th for the stat.
August 5th, we file.
August 5th you file, and then the 13th is the actual press.
right.
And if sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
If there's a hearing, it'll be the document.
And just remember, less is more. We're asking them to produce some type of information in order for us to be able to attack the probable cause prong here and say, hey, in an American court, probable cause has to be proved up a certain way. At the bare minimum, we need to know who's accused you. Confrontations clause of the Sixth Amendment gives you a right to confront your accusers in court. At the bare minimum, we need to know what the heck is going on. And you haven't told us nothing. There's 14 levels of hearsay, and some prosecutor in England with an axe to grind, it's his word against ours right now, and that just doesn't work. Thank you very much.